This video will tell you the top 5 mistakes you can make in the first C in Blox Fruits. The first mistake that many people do when they start playing Blox Fruit is that they will not know where to put their stat points, and that is a very big problem if you don't know where to put your stat points. So I would say that you should just go with the following. 80% of your stat points in Blox Fruit, if you have a fruit, and if not just buy one, like the kilo or spin fruit. 4-5k, 10% in defense and the last 10% in melee. And under no circumstances should you put any stat points in gun. You don't have to be a fruit main. You can be a sword main or a melee main, but do not be a gun main. Now time for the second mistake that a lot of new players make. And this one is also about stat points. And the mistake that a lot of people do is putting their stat points in multiple things. You should only be putting in your stat points in about 3 stat points areas, and no more. Because you can't be a sword main and a fruit main at the same time. Now time for the third mistake that you should avoid doing in the first C, and that is eating a legendary or mythical fruit at a low level. You should avoid this, especially if you already have a good fruit like a Logia fruit. This is because legendary fruit need a lot of mastery to get their moves, and if you are a low level you will be stuck with only 1 or 2 moves for a very long time. And if you get a legendary fruit, just store it so that when you are in the second C you can just eat it or trade it away for something better. The fourth mistake that might seem like a good idea but in reality is just a waste of time is chest hunting. This is because if you are in the first C you should not be wasting your time for small amounts of money, but instead trying to level up and get to the second C and then third C. This is because the chests in the first C give you very little amount of money, and same with quests. So don't grind the Vice Admiral at Marineford for like 100 levels just for the money, but move to the next quests for the EXP and try to get to the second C as fast as possible. And before we get to the most important and common mistake new players make, here are some honorable mistakes that you should avoid. Do not buy the free bout because it is so slow. Don't get true triple katana, but that's 4 second C, so ignore that. Don't forget to start leveling up your armament haki at a low level. And make sure to use the right accessory. Now, it's time for the most important mistake you should avoid that all Blox Fruit players fail to do. And that is touch grass.